In this video, I will walk you through the two things that will separate you from the majority of other e-commerce brands and help you scale your e-commerce brand here in 2025. This is the mindset that you need to possess and the processes that you need to think in terms of when you're trying to scale your e-commerce brand. So in this video, I will walk you through the mindset shift that you have to undergo as an e-commerce founder or an e-commerce owner in order for you to scale in 2025. So it will outline the assets that you need to build, the two baskets that you can essentially devote your time to as an e-commerce founder, and why one of those baskets are extremely detrimental to your overall success and your scalability as an e-commerce. Before we dive into it, my name is Emil. I'm the founder of a growth agency called Profita, where we help and scale e-commerce brands to 6 and 7 figures in monthly revenue through paid advertising, content management, and strategic consultancy. So this video will be about 10 minutes long, but I can guarantee you that it will shift the way you think about e-commerce and the way that you think about business in general. And it will put you on a trajectory, if you go ahead and apply this knowledge, that will separate you from the competition. So without further ado, I just want to jump into some of the client results that we have created over this last month, just so that you can see that what we actually do is something that works, right? So on screen right here is one of our Norwegian clients where we've been working with them for the last 1.5 years. You can see here, compared to May, we have done like really good numbers. If we compare just to April, we are also up 93% last year. So we're doing really good for this client. Then there's this client who we have scaled 89%. If we compare to previous year, then it's only like 40%. When you have this client that we have scaled 95% this year, if we compare to last month, then it is up 53%. This is a case that we're scaling very rapidly right now. Then there's this case as well, where we have scaled them a lot. If we compare to previous year, only 15%, but if we just compare last month, we're up 17%. Overall, we have a lot of cases that we are scaling, but that's not the point of this video. Just wanted to show you. The problem that most brands or e-commerce businesses they are facing is that they're blindsided by performance-driving assets. If it doesn't yield any return here and now, then they're not going to do it. And this is really, really bad because they're always trying to extrapolate from the market and not give to the market. And think about it this way. If you're always trying to take, then there's nobody here to give to you. What I want you to do is I want you to detach for a minute, because everything is measured in either performance, which is an outcome, or you can measure everything that you do in the input, the amount of digital assets that you create per week. So I don't want this to be something fluffy. I really want you to grasp the idea of constantly creating digital assets. So it is not about does Facebook or does Google work. This has been proved by many businesses. Many of the clients that we work with, it works for everyone. It's about changing your perspective on what it is that you are set out to do as a business, what it is that you're constantly trying to create, what it is that you're trying to achieve with your business. Because when you look at these two things, then you can either decide to monitor your success in an outcome, or you can monitor your success in the input. It's very tempted to constantly measuring your general success in how much revenue that you're doing or how much profit it is that you're doing. But when you can detach from this type of mindset, that is when you can really start to scale your business, because instead you focus on the actual input that is required for you to be able to scale. So I don't know if you've seen this buyer's pyramid before, but if you have consumed any of Sabri Sobi's content, if you have read his book, or if you have watched any of his YouTube videos, I will encourage you to do so. But if you haven't done that, then this is the buyer's pyramid. In any given market, there's 3% who are ready to buy now, and everyone is competing for these 3%. And there's the 17% of people of the market who are in the information gathering mode, who are looking for more information. They know that, they have a problem. They know that there is a solution, but they're trying to research their way through and find the best solution for them. Then there's the 20% of people who are problem aware. They know that they have a problem, but they don't yet know that there's a solution for this problem. They don't yet know what it is that can help them solve their problem, right? This is where you can really separate your business into two lanes, really. I call it the performance lane, and then there's the branded educational lane. So just to clarify, the performance lane, this is where most ecom brands, they are stuck in this lane. Most e-commerce brands that are doing like 20 to 50,000 euros per month, they're stuck around this. They're constantly creating new UGC videos, trying to test new angles, unvalidated angles even. They're constantly creating new static ads. But this is very, very short-term focused. The goal here is just to drive better performance here and now. And let's say that you're generating a ROAS of 4 with your best performing UGC video right now, and you're trying to tweak this so that it can perform at like a ROAS of 5 or a ROAS of 6. Maybe this can happen, but there is a way for you to generate much better results if you just were to tweak your focus a little bit. If you want to scale your brand and make it go to multiple 6 figures in monthly revenue, then this is not sustainable for you in the long run. It will not make your business take off. What you need to pair it with is the branded educational lane. And what this is that this is the lane where you're building assets that works for you in the future. So when you build an asset today, it's not going to have the highest ROI immediately, but it's something that are going to add weight to your overall business and just add a digital assets into this basket that is just going to shape the identity of your business. So this could be blog post that provides the answer to your ideal customer's problems. Let's say that they are experiencing back pains and you're coming up with like 10 different blog posts on how to solve this problem that they have, this pain that they have. It could be content that engages the audience, that provides value and also insights. So you could create like a podcast, you could create like different reels, or you could create different YouTube videos, something that just nurtures the audience and gives them more information, something that educates the customer. And yeah, as I said here, it could be podcast that educates and nurtures new and existing customers. There are so many different assets that you can go ahead and create. You just want to ask yourself the question, what is my ideal customer's biggest problem and how can I solve it, or how can I help them solve that problem? When you start to create content into the educational lane, you're starting to build asset that work for you in the future. And you will start to notice that the performance assets that you have created, the UGC, the static ads, all of this start to perform better and better and better. So your marketing efficiency ratio keeps going up. Your business's identity is starting to take shape and your foothold in the market becomes stronger and stronger because you're not just trying to target the same 3% as everybody else is. You're trying to provide value to a market by giving them information, helping them research the best solution out there, and also helping educate those people who are problem aware to become solution aware. You will start to notice that other brands cannot compete with you because people cannot compete with you on being you. This is very, very important in a space where, people really lack trust to most brands. Most brands are really not authentic, and that is because most brands are just relying on, UGC videos. They don't have the founder stand up and talk about the product, talk about the mission that the brand is on. They're not creating, they're just creating UGC videos that speaks about a problem that an audience has and the solution that, is provided with the product. But they're not trying to educate and provide the customers or provide the market with the right information that can help them make the best possible decision. This is something that creates trust, and this is something that just drives performance, like very, very short-term driven performance. It's never something that are going to scale your brand to like 6 or 7 figures in monthly revenue. You need this lane right here in order to do that. This is the transformation that can only take place in your business when you as a founder or e-commerce owner understand that you have created a business so that you can build. Like, you are a builder of a business. You're not like the creator of UGC videos. You must be building assets that are necessary in order for you to scale. Once you understand this, you will no longer measure your success as a business in how much revenue you're generating, because you understand that this is just an output. This is an output to the input that you're given. Instead, you shift your mentality towards asset building, measuring your success in how many assets you have created each day and each week. And assets, blog posts, videos, content pieces that goes onto your Instagram or goes into your ads. All of these are just digital assets that are adding weight to your business. And once you start shifting your mentality towards this is when you'll find it extremely easy to just crush your competition, because overall you're giving the algorithms, you're giving your overall business so much more weight. Your input in the business is so much greater than that of your competition. So just think about this. How did your business start back in the day? Well, it started when you built that Shopify store, when you built the first content pieces, when you built the first blog post, when you built the first campaigns on Meta and Google, when you built the first email flow, when you built the first newsletters. Everything started when you were building. Most business owners, they confuse busy with progress. This one right here. When you started doing all of this and this was helping you get more orders, you started to get orders through the door, more and more people wanted your stuff. You are now spending time packing orders. You get more and more customer inquiries, draining potentially 30 to 60 minutes a day off your time. This is when you start to confuse motion with progress. This does not scale your business, but it is the thief of your time. So you started spending more time on things that confuses motion with progress. You're busy, but you're not busy doing the right things. You're busy with the wrong things. A lot of e-com owners, they think that, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this. Yes, these are things that needs to be done, but not by you. This is things that needs to be done by other people so that you can continue to do the things that move the needle in the first place. Because there are essentially two baskets. I like to say this, like there are two baskets that you can essentially devote your time to. There's the zero-sum activities. This is when you are packing orders, you're answering customer support tickets, you are tweaking Facebook ad copy or whatever. Or there is the basket of the golden eggs, where you are building digital assets that work for you well into the future, that are, coming with an ROI today, tomorrow, in a week, in 2 weeks, in a month, in 3 months, in 6 months, and so on and so on. This is when you are creating blog posts, when you're creating like YouTube videos that helps shape the identity of your business, and not just create like a new static ad that you can go ahead and run that may perform over the next 2 to 3 weeks, that then have like a very short lifespan. The golden eggs are those assets that have a very, very long lifespan in your business and help shape the identity so that it becomes much more difficult for your competition to replicate what it is that you're doing. So this is also creating SOPs and systems in your different areas of the business that makes it easier for you to build more assets in the future. For example, if you got value from watching this video and you want my take on how your business can potentially scale into 6 and 7 figures in monthly revenue, then start the conversation today in the description of this video by ordering a free growth evaluation of your current digital marketing appearance and overall growth potential. I will personally be reviewing this and you'll be on call with me. So if you found this video to be valuable, then you can go ahead and start the conversation right then and there. Have a nice day and bye-bye.